Good morning. I'm going to do a 3 series with 3 different vests. Since last week I did a 5-day series, I'm going to do a 3-day series today to help you understand. I know a lot of questions have been coming to me of when you sign up a new member, what do you do next? Maybe you signed up a new member on the phone, or you signed up and sent out your member link and you shared it with someone and they just signed up, or you just recently had a class and you had a flip kit, which is a kit that you have that's extra, and you sent it home with them. And then it's like, okay, they got excited, they signed up, and now what? Well, actually, these 3 months are the most crucial time for your new members. And so I'm going to share some tips. I'm going to talk about month 1, what you should be doing for month 1. I know you've probably heard this before. Fortune is in the follow-up. Well, fortune's not only just money. Fortune is in the follow-up is health and new friendships. That's the fortune. Is you're building a new relationship with someone. You're helping them show that you care, but also you're finding ways that you can help them on their journey, on their health journey as well. So there's a lot of fortune in the follow-up and showing that you really want to love on them. So what do you do? Okay, so you started out with, let me tell you the other perk about reaching out to them the first 3 months. Young Living has a bonus for you. The fortune that comes in, the follow-up with that is the first 3 months. When you start someone with the premium starter kit this month, so it's November, you get a 25% bonus of whatever their PV order is. So let's just make it easy and say it's a 100 PV order. You get $25 for the first one. Then the next month they order 100 PV. Hello. The second month you get a 25% bonus. And then the third month you get a 25% bonus. So 25, 25, 25. That's $75 extra that you're getting just by following up with them and helping them order and helping them remember getting up on Young Living, getting started with it. So what is your role? You already taught them. You taught them how to get started. So there's this little tiny light that's burning in them. There's something that sparked them to change. I want to do this. But your goal in the next 3 months and forever being with them, enrolling them, or a new member on your team is, what am I going to do to make that light brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter? And I know that Susan and Rhonda, they did that for me. I was hungry for more light. I wanted more and more light, and I had a ton of questions. So I wanted to learn. But maybe some of them don't have questions. And so us as leaders need to find out a way that we're going to help these new members on this journey to make that light brighter and brighter. So step 1, if they go home with the kit, so a lot of times I have 2 flip kits that I take to classes or maybe a vendor event, and they buy it. Right away, within the first 24 hours to 48 hours, you want to message them and say, hey, did you open up your box? So a lot of times people will come to me and say, oh, I don't know what questions to ask. Well, I have something that's typed out that you can use if those questions don't come naturally to you. For me, I love to ask questions so they come more naturally to me. That's my personality. I love to learn about people, I love to ask questions. So the first question you could say is, hey, have you opened up your box yet? Okay, that's in the first 2 days. You can say, I'm so happy you came to the class. I'm so excited you got to go home with the starter kit. Then you can say, hey, did you open up your box? Let them answer. Then the next text, hey, what have you tried? If they said yes. If they didn't, it's like, hey, set an appointment to meet up with them if they're local, to do an unbox party with them and have them bring over 2 to 3 friends. Super easy way to do a class. Like, hey, let's unbox it together. If you haven't unboxed it, let's unbox it. Bring a couple of your good friends over, family, whatever, and let's unbox it together. So that's an easy 101 right there without saying, do you want to do a class? You know, you can get $50. Maybe that's not the way they want to roll. So that's an easy way to do that. That's a Shannon Hudson tip. And then if they have said, you know, what things have you tried? Another one is, what did you put in your diffuser? Have you tried anything in your diffuser? Because whenever I say, hey, do you have any questions? You know what the answer always is? No. They don't have any questions because they're so overwhelmed from the class. There's so much info. They don't understand it, so they don't have any questions. So we have to ask the correct questions to help them start getting questions. That's what I have found over the past 4 years that I've been doing this. Is I used to say, hey, do you have any questions? They always said no. So I'm like, I got to come up with a better idea. So that's what I do. Hey, did you use your diffuser? What did you put in it? How many drops did you put in it? Because a lot of times they're like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. This is too much. I always say 5 drops. That's what I typically do. But they may not know that. So you can share how you use it on their diffuser. Another question you can ask them, you can do it through texting, but I love Sean's challenge to us is to get on the phone. So use the texting system to build a little bit of a relationship. If it's someone that you did a class for and they're not really doing this as a business, so they're not going to take this initiative to do it, then stay the enroller. Reach out to them and find a way that you can get on the phone with them. Another one that I love to do, I've already done a series of what's in my my welcome bag, because I'm huge into giving them the equipment to help them have success. So it's a diffuser guide where they can use it right there. Super easy. How many drops that come in their starter kit, except, yes, all of those come in the starter kit. Another one I do, so that would be great for your diffusers. And if you don't have one of these, send them a text like, oh my gosh, my favorite during Christmas time is peppermint and thieves. Whatever you want to throw out there to them. Give them a couple ideas of diffuser recipes. That was what you would do to help them with the diffuser recipes. Other things that you can ask them is, this is another thing that I do. These are all in the files section. Just type in welcome bag and it's all in there, links and everything. Think inside the box. This is a great thing. Say, hey, did you open up your box? Start checking those things off on day 1, day 2. I tell people, I'm like, hey, if you only have a certain amount of time, set a time limit. Say, okay, I have 15 minutes to get through this box. Then do a couple of them. Some people have a bigger chunk of time and they want to do the whole thing at one time. You can let them, but give them those ideas. Help them to know that they can do it any way they want, because this is set up. Think inside the box is set up for 21 days and then they write the things down for their wish list. But some like to do it all at one time. So it just depends on the person, and you maybe don't know that person that well, but you can give them those options. Another thing is, like I said, you can ask them to host a class. I like to say, hey, let's share it with your friends. Let's show them your new premium starter kit. And then you can invite them. I'll go into that. So that's what I typically do the first month. And the first few days, if they've already gotten their kit. If they didn't get their kit at the class, or they didn't go home with the premium starter kit, it takes about a week. So after they get it for a week, so the first 2 days, if they didn't get their kit, then I would just say, hey, thanks coming for the class. Is there anything that you learned? So you can ask them, hey, what did you learn at the class? You know, what was your biggest reason to get the starter kit? That's another question I ask them, just so I can get a feeler on where do they want to go with this. And it's not about me. It's about what can I do to help them, being that servant leader. We're serving them. Like when you're in the store, they say, hey, is there anything I can do to help you? Well, yeah, I'm looking for olives. Or when you're in a clothing store, hey, is there anything I can find? Yes, I'm looking for a dress for a wedding. Okay, so it's the same exact concept. We're just doing this like, hey, how did you get started with Young Living and how can I help you? Okay, maybe it's with sleep. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they just had a feeling that they were supposed to do this and it was a whole wellness thing that they wanted to change. But again, you get excited, you get overwhelmed, and then you don't do anything. So that's our role, is to help them use that box. If you're familiar with Jim Bob, he has a huge story about he never opened his box for many, many years. Okay, because nobody followed up. So this is key to following up. So first 2 days, text them within the first 2 days. I like to do the next day. Then after the first week, check in with them using those same questions that I just shared with you on if they've used the diffuser, what oils have they smelled, challenge them, give them a couple recipes, and find out why they got started. That is what I like to do the first month, and just building a relationship. Maybe you know they like pets, and so you can send them some info on pets. Maybe you know that they have children, so you want to send them about the Gentle Babies book, or maybe someone's expecting. Find out about them, take care of them, get to know them. We want to show them that we love and care about them, and that's your new friend that you get to make with. So that's how I do it in the first month, finding a way that I can build a relationship. And like I said, my goal is to do it in person. If I can't do it in person, you can do like a Facebook, using the iPhone, where you do FaceTime. You can do it that way, so it makes it more personal. I ask them about questions. So maybe something that stood out to them at the class, getting that engagement going. Now, what happens if they don't respond to you? I get on the phone, send out something in the mail. Some people just don't respond to me because I've done a class for somebody else. And so then I work with the person who did the class and say, hey, could you help me reach out to them? I really want to help them with their journey. It's a journey, you guys. It's not a one kit wonder sell. It's helping them on that journey. So that's what I do the first month. And I also reach out to them with classes and add them to our Facebook class, letting them know about that and just messaging them and checking in with them. That's the first thing for the first month. And then I'll share with you some other things that I like to do in my second and third month.